Welcome to Impossible Coin. We're a podcast where we primarily focus on video games and we deliver to you our observations on them. We also have a smattering of pop culture with an expertise and a focus on the fighting game community, cosplay and anime, and just a little bit of time here in the squared circle. Your hosts are Tegan Somerset.
Hi, that's me. I'm over here.
Rocky Hardy.
Hey, what up?
And I'm Brian Cartwright. Tegan.
Yep.
At the risk of hanging myself in my office closet, please tell me about the Crunchyroll Awards.
You know, my hero won big again. Is that anyone's surprise?
Now, who is your hero?
My hero? My best boy? Izuku Deku Midoriya? Who won fucking best boy again?
Oh,
my
fuck.
boy? My
He's
son?
a really good boy.
My son, he's an excellent boy. He works so hard.
He learned kicks this year, Brian. And oh god.
He learned kicks.
He did. He's gonna save his arms.
Izuku's main thing is that he inherited a power from the greatest hero.
From the greatest hero.
He punches shit so hard. One time, he punched a dude so hard, it started raining afterwards because it changed the air pressure around him. His latest great punch is that he punched a dude and a tornado spun out around him and it disrupted the flight of helicopters in the background.
It did. It was scary. It was dangerous.
But the kid, Izuku, he wants to be his hero. You know, that's the thing. He wants to emulate, the hero he's been worshipping since he was a very young boy. But he's been doing it at his own detriment. He's been hurting himself. Every time he throws a punch with, full power, he's ripping up his arms, and he got to a point where if he throws a couple more punches like that, he may not be able to use his arms anymore. So he needed to adapt to that situation. So he learned a new fighting style that's focused on kicks. In the manga, it adds in judo throws into it, which is really great. It's a really unique fighting style, and it's it belongs to him, and it's symbolic of him coming into his own as a hero and a person with a quirk. It's really cool.
It's really good, yeah. So that's not the only one that my hero got. My hero also got Best Antagonist featuring All for One, which is the main villain.
You say all for one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Deku's quirk is one for all.
Mm-hmm.
One quirk to save all people, and the antagonist, All for One, takes other people's quirks and uses them for himself.
Yes.
And then our boy, Chris Sabat, got Best English VA for being All Might.
He deserves it.
He does. Yeah, that's a hard one to live up to in the Japanese, and he does a great job. And then Best Film went to My Hero Academia 2 Heroes, which was a great time if you went and saw that movie. That was a great time. And then the best fight scene was also, All for One versus All Might, which I don't think you can beat United States of Smash!
Yeah, that's what, that's another thing. All Might's, abilities whenever he, punches stuff, he usually, calls out some sort of American city or state.
Mm-hmm.
There's Detroit Smash, which is, pretty serious, but there's also, Delaware and Texas Smash that were pretty big. But, the last punch that he throws as, All Might the hero is called the United States of Smash. And, that's the one where he basically, conjures a tornado around himself when he lands the punch.
I sobbed the entire time.
So did I.
He starts winding up and you just start crying. You can't help it. It's just sad.
In the anime, in the helicopter, there's a news crew that's videotaping this, right? And live broadcasting. And he throws the punch, it lands, and then the enemy's defeated, and then the cameraman just immediately starts crying wellspring from his eyes. It's so good.
Yup. He cried just like me. It was worth. So sad. It was so good and so sad.
Oh man.
You can't not. And then there were some other well-earned ones. Best character design went to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
True.
Specifically the Golden Wind arc, and yeah, those are some fucking great character designs. I love seeing cosplayers from JoJo's because they're just great. They're all nuts. It's amazing. You gotta see some JoJo's, because wow.
Brian, I think you'd actually really vibe with JoJo's. It's it's a battle anime, but it's really weird and precise.
Yep.
The characters have really interesting interactions. Some of them are shitheads. Some of them aren't,
Everyone's a wrestler. But it's all weird wrestling.
Anytime I've ever looked into JoJo's, I'm like, that looks pretty swell. The biggest thing that has kept me away from it is the fandom for JoJo's is incredibly fucking irritating.
Sure.
I mean, yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, Jesus.
That's like saying an anime fandom is irritating, though. Like, yes.
I'm not out here to say that, like, anime fandoms in general are irritating, because that shit is just... I think that shit is short-sighted.
True.
Okay.
There are plenty of anime fandoms which are not irritating, some which are even charming, but there are a few which are straight up annoying.
I mean, I'm willing to cop that, like, anime fandoms categorically are kind of annoying, but what I tend to do with those types of shows is that I tend to not interact with the fandom. I wait for the hype to die, I watch the show on my own time, and I usually have a good time.
Let's say you watch the anime
Mm-hmm.
with the annoying fan base,
Sure.
and you, like, say, really enjoy it. Let's say I went and consumed a JoJo's,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a good time, and I wanted to talk about it. The trouble is then, like, let's say I'm in, like, a public place. Not a safe place like this.
Not a safe space.
Not a safe
Not a
space like
safe
this.
place like
And I say, I watched a JoJo's. That is inviting the JoJo's people, and you know who they are, to just be like, JoJo's! And at which point they'll, like, get these cannons and just start firing fucking terrible JPEGs at me, and I'll die.
They'll just start screaming, ora, 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 ora.
Yeah.
Go, 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 go.
Like-
That's it. It's fine.
It just, ugh.
They're mostly harmless.
Yeah, but there's also some really good memes. Like, the whole Steam Wallet thing with, like, Jotaro is, like, fucking fantastic. Like,
It is.
I don't know, kids. There are certainly some animes out there that, like, require, like, a large commitment, because most of the stuff I've watched has been, like, comparatively smaller commitments. You know, like, when you watch Kill la Kill, it's not like 900 hours of content with a promise of another 900 hours.
about 8. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like, you can get to an end of a Kill la Kill without being like, all right, I'm going to fundamentally change my life. When you watch Food Wars, it's a pretty small commitment.
Don't watch Food Wars hungry. Don't do that to yourself.
It's a trap.
Or absolutely do.
No,
But either
absolutely
way,
do
commit.
not, because whatever you eat is going to be fucking disappointing.
Unless it isn't. Look, I'm here to say that Food Wars can be a positive gateway in your life.
Sure.
Yeah. It probably helps living in a major American city where I can be like, holy shit, like, I watched this and now I need to go eat this now.
Oh, that reminds me. I did the frozen fried egg thing the other day. It was actually kind of a dope, like, moment for me.
Very cool. I'll give you a good example of, like, an anime which I have been tempted to watch. It's such an ingrained part of, like, global cultural history, and it seems to check enough boxes for me. It's one of those things where, like, even just being, like, adjacent to it, you just kind of have some knowledge of it rub off, is the Dragon Balls.
Wait, you've never seen the Dragon Balls?
If you want to talk about commitment, Dragon Ball's a commitment, man.
I know the Dragon Ball is a commitment.
Dragon Ball's a huge commitment. It also won Best Continuing Series at
True.
the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. So,
Shout
you know.
out.
And I also know that, like, Dragon Balls is pretty much just fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goku is just basically the stupidest babyface ever.
Yeah, I hate that guy. He's the worst. He's a terrible father. He's a dipshit that puts everyone in danger. Fuck Goku.
And I'm like, man, God, that seems tempting. But it is like 911 hours long.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could be dead by then. You know.
Well, I mean, probably, yeah. I mean, there's smaller, like, battle anime. That's what I mean. Like, JoJo's fans are annoying. But, like, worst case scenario, there's 5 seasons versus, like, the 13 plus that exists of, like, Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, honestly, I look back on it, like, all the time. I still don't feel like the first season's actually essential. I mean, they cover it later. There's a guy named Jonathan. Some shit happens. Dio's there, you know?
Okay.
It was him.
I'm also encouraged to hear you say, that you don't think that first season is essential because, I know that there's, a weirdness in some fandoms where, they'll be talking about a show and they'll be like, okay, now the first season is, either uninteresting or not good or whatever. But remember, plow through it. I have this conversation all the time with, Parks and Rec fans.
Oh, no, the first 2 seasons of Parks and Rec do not matter. Throw them out.
Yeah, but you wouldn't believe how many Parks and Rec fans out there, Rocky, are like, okay, can you please watch about a full day's worth of content you won't enjoy to get to everything else?
That's weird.
I mean, the way I look at stuff like that is, if you're invested, you can always go back and watch it because you know it's going to get better.
Exactly. When I tell people to watch Community, I tell people, okay, look, just fucking skip the 4th season. You're going to get to the 4th season. Just don't. Just fucking don't. Just don't watch it.
Save yourself.
And then when you get to the 6th season, really ask yourself whether you are willing to engage with something which will unquestionably trigger depression.
It's really funny because it's actually the most colorful season. It's just really sad.
It's just the most maudlin, dark, painful shit. And you're like, wow, this will murder your heart. But I'm not going to say it's bad. The 6th season of Community is not bad. It's just fucking agonizing.
Well, the 6th season, okay, so I don't remember if the Karate Kid episode was in the 6th season or the 5th one.
It is. It is in the 6th season.
Okay, but the Karate Kid episode, needs to be watched. It is fucking magic. And then the other one was, shit. The one where Subway comes back, except he's not Subway anymore. He's a guy that works for Toyota.
No, Honda.
Oh, it is Honda. Ah, shit.
Yeah,
he's you're level 7 susceptible. Holy shit. Those are, essential Community episodes.
But they're both really, really fucking sad. That moment where, Kim Jong turns to Allison Brie and, choked voice says to her, thank you for standing up for me.
Yeah.
And you're just like, Jesus.
But, okay, so, I say this with no irony whatsoever. The Karate Kid episode from Community is more essential than Modern Warfare. If you're gonna watch this show, you need to get to the Karate Kid episode. Oh, man. Just for the verbal beating that Kenji-on takes alone is definitely depressing, but it's, excellent TV. Oh my god. When he kicks the toolbox and it's I'm sorry, the toolbox was distracting me because it was acting better than you. Oh god. I really missed that show. I might watch it again today. Well, I'm working through... Did you know there's 6 seasons of Letterkenny?
I did not know that.
You said some words. I don't know what any of them mean. What's a Letterkenny?
Letterkenny is originally a web series that's about a Canadian rural town that follows a couple, groups of people, some of which are, honest, farming handymen. There are side plots that follow a group of meth heads. And then there's another side plot that follows the younger sister of the main character and the 2 guys that she's dating. And, the 2 guys are, huge, hockey jocks. And, it has, its own internal language. And it has, so much random bullshit going on. It's a lot of fun. I love this show. I'm really invested in these, Canadian hicks. And I didn't think I was gonna be. And, I was really heartbroken when, they only had 2 seasons on Hulu. And then I saw random Hulu ads. I get Hulu ads now. Telling me that seasons 1 through 6 are streaming. And so I had to come back and watch all of them. And I'm halfway through season 3 and it's it's really good. It's actually a surprisingly good show for what it is. I never believed it would ever be this good. I was definitely wrong. And I'm having so much fun. I love this fucking show. Holy shit. Get after it. Pitter patter. No one knows what.
And so that's been the Crunchyroll Awards.
I mean, we only got half of them because only half of them were fucking My Hero.
And Devilman Crybaby won some shit.
Devilman Crybaby won Anime of the Year.
Shout outs, let's go.
And Best Director. Both well deserved, honestly. Devilman Crybaby was nuts. Wow.
True. I still need to watch Megalobox.
You do need to still watch Megalobox because that is your jam. I already know it. And then Mai from Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai won Best Girl, and yeah, she was Best Girl. We're not kidding ourselves, she was the best girl. I mean, that entire show was full of best girls, and she was the best girl.
That's how you do it. You make them fight for supremacy.
You make them all best girls! You just do the right thing. And make your protagonist not fucking interested in boning his sister, please.
Yeah, man.
Please stop. Please stop.
Glad we've, sufficiently roasted that dude.
That's still creepy. It's still happening. Please stop. Anyway, and then... What's the other, most notable thing? Oh, Best Animation went to Violet Evergarden. Yay! That's fucking worth also, because, wow, that's pretty art. Good job. Dying in the Franxx won Best Opening Sequence with Kiss of Death. I'm yes. That was a good one.
I have a question.
That's about the only thing they deserved.
What?
It's about a thing which happened in the last year, and I'm just wondering if we're still doing it.
Uh-huh.
So,
are we gonna make you watch an anime? Like a real anime?
No, that's not the thing I'm talking about. In the last year, Kim Kardashian West said some things about Darling in the Franxx on her Twitter.
No.
Yeah.
We're not doing that anymore.
She did. She did say those things.
And I'm just wondering, there was some gatekeeping that happened on this program.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know if we were still gatekeeping. And I remember at the time, I was like, I don't feel good about gatekeeping. I think it's bad.
Yeah.
Gatekeeping is bad. I still maintain that, Kim Kardashian West was not genuine. And while I don't have any power to punish her for that, and I don't really want any, I'm definitely not going to applaud her for shouting out an anime. You know?
Yep.
She's just she's not doing that to interact with the anime community or be contributory. She's literally doing it because her fandom will do whatever she says. And I don't think any of them really cared about Darling in the Franxx. That was almost certainly a paid tweet. I can't prove it.
In fact, there'd be significant evidence to the contrary, being that there are now legal standards, and have been for a while, about what you need to do with a paid tweet, which she is compliant with. So.
Yeah, but man, I don't know. I don't have a way to feel good about this. That's what I think that's the way it's...
Okay, I just wanted to find out if everybody here was in the same place they were the last time.
I mean, honestly, all she did was be this is my hair inspiration, and all I could think is I know Kanye West actually watches anime.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was this bitch, my new waifu, and she was alright, I'll dye my hair pink and then you'll fuck her, right? And that was it.
Probably.
I wonder if that was the entirety of it. Cause the tweet she used has stolen art on it too!
Yeah.
That's not the official art, you fuck! Anyway. She didn't even link the original artist. Eh.
I guess we're in the same place, Brian.
We're in the same place. She doesn't really like anime, and if she did, it'd be a different story.
Okay, so we are still gatekeeping. All right,
we're
good
not
to know.
Gatekeeping. She's not trying.
No, we are, Tegan. We are gatekeeping. She is not trying, but we are gatekeeping.
We're protecting. I want to view it as protecting our fandom.
Jesus. All right.
I'm protecting the young, the impressionable. Those who still think you have to be slutty to be good at cosplay. I'm protecting them.
What does that have to
Kim
do with the price of beer?
Negative influences. Fuck them.
Damn.
Fuck that! Get out! Anyway.
Well.
Fuck. Now you made me mad at anime again. Thanks.
So, Evo Japan happened in between the last time we recorded.
Yeah.
And it was cool. There was a lot of things that went on. There was one moment that's very dear to my heart where they showed some of the Dead or Alive 6 footage. And Dead or Alive 6, Dead or Alive is a pretty storied franchise. It has a pretty complex, fighting system. But they kind of used sex to sell those games, not necessarily like the depth of their systems.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day when the default was like having outrageously goofy jiggle physics. I mean, it wasn't a poverty game, but it was definitely like the kind of game you find in some dude's basement. And then there's like, no, dude, I mean, I'm playing it because the game is so deep, and not like to watch like Cosmo's like boobs jiggle in ways that boobs don't jiggle, you know? And so like they show the trailer for Dead or Alive 6, and they showed some combat, and it seemed pretty alright, you know? And then like they had a moment where they started dealing damage, the two female characters, and like it started shredding their clothes. And then like they followed up with like a pile driver that was like weirdly intimate for some reason, and then Evil Japan cut off the stream. They decided, nope, we didn't know this was going to happen. We're getting rid of it. Which has like, you know, other questions about like people quality checking shit that's going to go on the stream. But they cut it off, and Evo Japan posted a apology for the thing for like young children who may have been watching it, saying that it doesn't align with their core values, you know? And it was real silly. Twitter had a field day with it. Because like the gamers, they don't really care about Evo Japan's core values. What they really want is for more water to be available at these events, because apparently it gets real sweaty, it gets real hot, and all you really want to do is have a bottle of water while you're waiting for matches, while you're playing your matches, and like bottled water is like way too expensive, and then it's too rare, and I don't understand why that is. Like, water can't be that expensive. You can definitely have it at the tournament. I don't know, I'm just ranting about the FGC right now. It's weird.
Thousands of dollars for water.
I mean, just put it in your budget.
This is our cyberpunk dystopia future.
Because, I mean, like, you could buy a case. I know you can buy a case here for, like, what, $6 of 24 bottles of water? You're expecting 1,000 people? Just buy, like, 200 of those or whatever.
Go to Sam's Club or Costco.
Wait, no, it's not
200. Buy all the water.
200 plus times 24 is just, like, 400 bottles of water. What do you need, 500 of those? 500 of those gives you 1 bottle of water per person. So maybe 1,000 cases of bottled water. That's about 2 per person at a 1,000 person tournament. And it's like, there's going to be a dude that's going to buy like 6 or 7 of those. You just sell them for like $1.
And besides, water doesn't go bad. Water doesn't go bad. If you don't sell it all at this tournament, you have it for the next tournament.
Oh my god, let's stockpile water at FGCs, guys. Let's do it. TOs, unite. Like, put a bit of your budget towards water, just starts adding it to it over time. Put some of the leftover pot bonus into water. Don't do that. People are going to get real upset. Holy shit. But we need more water tournaments. You know.
So now I'm just picturing, like, the FGC in the middle of some kind of, like, Mad Max-esque water crisis.
I think that's some shit that they really want. I think that's the power that they really are craving right now.
People are... Yeah, you got people that are sitting there, they're playing the Blaze Blue, you know? And then, like, fucking Immortan Joe walks out. And he's just like, do not get addicted to water. And then, you know, people lose their pools.
Oh, shit.
I'm just saying.
I have a different fantasy in mind in which, like, the FGC, they stockpile water. They realize water is so important to how they work that the global FGC community goes to war with, like, fucking Nestle, you know? Like...
Okay, I'd like to take this moment to share the official Impossible Coin position on Nestle. Fuck Nestle.
Right.
What?
Do not fucking...
Wait, why is that our stance?
Nestle is actually... is a very, like, gross company.
Like, if we were to sit here and talk about, like...
Bunny. But they have a bunny.
They do have a bunny.
Fuck them. Fuck the bunny.
Oh, God.
No,
that's a different anime, Brian.
If we were to create a ranked list of top 3 evilest companies in the world, there's a good fucking chance that Nestle would rank number 1. It's that bad.
But yeah, so like FGC versus Nestle, and we start by like stockpiling water. What if an FGC friendly company starts bottling water and then just like builds a client base around the FGC? I would love to do that. If we could get like Colorado Spring to like sponsor some like FGC tourneys and shit. Like Denver has some good tourneys. Fuck, guys, listen to me, man. I have ideas. And then they slowly gain more of the market share, and then they can slowly chip away at Nestle, because Nestle's not going anywhere anytime soon. But But, like, someone needs to step to those goons, man. Like, holy shit. The heroes we need, guys.
So, maybe it's possible that the reason that Michael Burry is investing in water is because he wants to sell it to the FGC.
Oh, shit.
What if we did that?
Can we sell water to the FGC? We need a supply source for us, Tegan.
Can we call them the Impossible Bottles?
Kind of down. I ain't
And
mad at that.
we just sell water at fighting game tournaments for like $1.
And thank you for listening to Impossible Coin. Rocky, tell folks where they can connect with us on the socials.
It's the show over, Brian.
Possible fucking bottles.
Show's over because we got a new moneymaker.
That's what our Patreon will specifically go toward this water investment business.
You could have an Impossible bottle, or if you want to try our new flavor called Other Water, that's the Hamill bottle.
All right, so Brian, I heard you played a shooter this past week.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Played the Apex Legends.
Yeah. How was that?
I have a variety of feelings.
Mm-hmm.
One is that, like, the movement in that game feels real good. It's got good running around. The running around is good.
True.
Also, like, it is absolutely beautiful. I don't mean that from, like, a technical standpoint. I mean it from an art direction standpoint. Like, it is a gorgeous to look at game.
Mm-hmm.
I can't speak to how the murdering feels because I did not murder anyone.
You didn't murder anyone.
Yeah, I
did not murder
anyone.
a single one. No.
0 murders.
What about the powers, the ultimates and whatnot?
Let's see here. Like, powers, like, I was a robot man.
Yeah, so you got, like, the zip lines and whatnot.
And people kept on taking me to ATMs, and I would knife the ATMs, and I would know where the little circle will be. I'm like, okay, I'll stick a knife in this ATM, and we'll know where the little circle is. So, okay, variety of feelings. Feeling one, the game is, like, really good at, like, communicating shit visually.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you open one of those, like, loot burritos, and there's, like, 3 items sitting inside the loot burrito.
Yeah.
Like, it is very, very easy, if you don't know anything about nothing, to tell, like, if any of those items are worth picking up, whether those items are relevant to the stuff you already have. Like, the game is, like, real good at, like, communicating, like, value and importance. It does a good job of using a visual language which the player will immediately understand while playing. Like, oh, okay, the loot has, like, a colored ranking system. You know, X color loot is better than X colored loot, and there's stuff that you automatically do. Like, if you get an attachment for a gun, and the attachment is better than what you currently have equipped, like, all the prompts are automatic to use the new attachment. All that stuff is real, real good. I did manage to actually shoot someone. I didn't murder him.
Mm-hmm.
I just winged him. And it's good to see damage numbers when you're shooting somebody. Because it kind of speaks to the effectiveness of your equipment. You're like, oh, okay, like, so this game is going to, like, find ways of, like, teaching you which guns are better, and, like, at what range to use what gun, and those kind of things. And I felt real good. But here's what's interesting. What the game left me doing was it didn't leave me wanting to play more Apex Legends. It left me wanting to play more Titanfall 2, and it left me mad that there's not Titanfall 3. Because Titanfall 2 was a competitive shooter.
Right.
Where I actually played the online and hung out and did that shit. Because the thing I'm getting at here is that, like, you can play one of the modes in, like, Titanfall 2, and your commitment will be, like, say, 8 to 10 minutes for a full match. but your commitment is always 8 to 10 minutes. In Apex Legends, and this is just because of the Battle Royale model, we played for about 2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's this like yo-yo of like what your experience is going to be like. You go in, let's say, boom, you're immediately roasted by another team. Some other squad lands where you land. They're effective murderers. They murder all your people. And you're like, well, I was in here for literally 90 seconds. Huh.
You just gotta be a more effective murderer.
I mean, there is that. We should all aim to murder better. Ask not who murders you, ask who you can murder. And other times, we made it pretty far, and we were in there for like fucking like 15, 18 minutes, and then all of a sudden, there's murder. It's like,
You gotta be prepared for murder.
So I think that the problem is that because you're not reliably experiencing the combat piece of the game, you're not reliably engaging with people, there's not really a quick, reliable way to learn from combat experiences. When you play like a game which focuses on modes like capture the flag or death matches or like hard points, those type of modes, you will always be getting spicy. ABS, always be spicy. But like in a battle royale game, it's weird because like so much of your time is not actually spent fucking with other people. So much of your time is like, I'm gonna open this door, I'm gonna peer through this door, I hope there's not another man in there. Oh, there's not. Oh, look, there's a helmet. I gather this helmet. I have gathered it. And then you're like traipsing through the so on. And you're like, okay, here we go. And then before you know it, some guy like pops out from behind a fucking like cliff and just like, I murder you. And then you're dead. And like, that's the thing is like, basically you need to learn the map good enough to know where people drop for spice and then drop there over and over again just to get like better at managing the combat encounters. So you're like, I'm dropping here not to win, I'm dropping here to learn the gunplay. And it's like, man, that's rough. And I guess that like kind of like wraps me back to like Tetris 99 and the absolute purity of that experience. And I realize that Tetris 99 gets to cheat in a big, big way because everybody fucking knows Tetris. It's a battle royale game where everybody already knows the essential combat mechanics. And I'm just wondering, like, is there any other game out there that could be stolen from in the same way or, retooled in the same way where it's like, boom, like 100 such and suches. And people are like, oh shit, I immediately know how this works. I know what's up with this. And I was like, man, I don't know. Like, Tetris might have solved battle royals.
Okay, chill out. Take a step back. Brian, shooters have been a genre that have been wildly popular for like a decade and a half.
No, Rocky, I get that, but like...
No, but this is what I'm saying, is that like the way that you're comfortable with Tetris, a lot of people are already comfortable with shooters, which is why Battle Royale is just like a different mode, but they already know how to play shooters. Like I think that might actually just be outside of your experience.
No, Rocky, I have spent a pretty decent amount of time with Titanfall 2.
Okay.
I never logged any time with Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which honestly feels like a personal gap. Mm-hmm. Being that it's like this like highly regarded masterpiece and all this stuff. But I definitely am familiar with like that team's work, having played both the first and second Titanfall. Mm-hmm. But there are things about individual shooters which you need to learn about those shooters. For example, like, what is the spread on this shotgun? What is the spread on this shotgun? What is the effectiveness of this choke? What is the effectiveness of this choke? What's the bullet drop on this weapon? if I shoot you with this rifle from this distance and you're wearing a helmet, is it even worth my time, or am all am I doing is just signaling my location for you to turn and come at me? Saying that, like, okay, like, you know, shooters are shooters, and like there are people out there who are comfortable with them, is like, okay, I definitely grant that, like, there are people who are going to, like, say, have a core level of literacy,
right,
which is probably higher, but, like, I think unlike, say, fighting games where I don't even know most of the questions, at least in a shooter, I know what the questions are, so that way I can go into the shooter and ask the questions. I can be like, okay, I want to know X, Y, and Z. Let me go ahead and start getting the answers to X, Y, and Z.
Right.
You know, when I started playing Titanfall 2, I knew what I needed to know, so that way I could go learn what I needed to know. And it's harder to do that in a Battle Royale game, just because if you're playing a Battle Royale game, like, turtling up, being quiet, because it's smart. It's kind of like there's, like, these peaks and valleys of, like, when should you be seeking to engage other people in Battle Royale games? Because it's smart to let other teams just, like, pick each other off, and then you just, you know, reap the benefit. Like, oh, okay, well, it's smarter to hang back, but you, in the process, don't learn the nuance of that game's combat. Like, is what am I saying making any sense, guys?
It does, but there are divergent schools of thought. There definitely is, like, the turtle, like, scavenger, avoid fights, pick up items, and, like, wait for the big fight at the end.
Right.
But there's a different strategy. In Fortnite, it was called basically, like, being a Chad, which is just, like, running into a high-density map and then grabbing, like, one of the most effective weapons, like a shotgun or a sniper rifle, so that you could confirm kills quickly, and then run through the area because there's a high density of, like, valuable loot.
Right.
And you eliminate players quickly with a simple but effective weapon. That strategy actually transfers across Battle Royales. Fortnite, PUBG, and in Apex, what they do specifically, because, like, in Fortnite, it was mostly the town, Tilted Towers, and everyone would drop in there because there's a lot of really good loot and there's a lot of places to hide, and there's a very good chance that you can kill a bunch of people very quickly, which would make the game go by faster. In Apex Legends, they have two places. One, there's, like, a floating, like, dropship that has a lot of those items, but it's in a really small space, so a lot of people can't go there. But there's also a circle that's marked on your map that tells you there are valuable items in this particular place, which makes it a hotbed for early game combat. And it is sometimes a good idea, especially when you have some measure of proficiency, or even, like, you know what type of gun to pick up. Like, for example, like, you know what shotgun to go for, right, or you know not to pick up a Mozambique in fucking, like, Apex. And aggressive play is rewarded because it speeds up the game and you are sitting on a larger pile of valuable loot earlier in the game. So you're effectively taking that loot from people who could potentially get it because you're killing them first.
Okay.
It's like the equivalent of, like, rushdown and turtling in fighting games.
I definitely want to get back in there. I guess the thing that I wish I felt was, like, when I play stuff like Titanfall 2, where the matches are guaranteed to be, like, shorter and objective based, and, like, your goal isn't necessarily, like, just be the last one. I immediately was able to feel more valuable to my team.
Okay.
Like, if you're playing something like a hardpoint map, when you're like, okay, so on this map there are 3 locations, A, B, and C, and the goal is to hold A, B, and C for the longest time on the map until time expires, then, like, I'd be like, okay, like, I know that I can grab my shotgun and I can hold hardpoint B for damn near this whole match. You know, that kind of thing. Aside from, like, stabbing those ATMs, I really feel like I did not bring added value to my team.
That's, so, like, the character you were playing, I think, is the Robot Man, right? Like,
well, I played a variety of characters, because, like, I would, like, play a character and be like, I'm not feeling it. Like, first I played, like, that guy, that big, like, Samoan-looking dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, not feeling it. And then I played, like, the kind of, like, spooky-looking guy who looks like the villain Marty Skrull, and he's got, like, a bird.
Yeah.
And then I was like, eh. And then I played the robot man who stabs ATMs. And I stuck with the robot man who stabs ATMs because at least sometimes I would stab ATMs.
Okay, so, you know, one of the defining pieces of, like, Apex Legends is that they have, like, various hero powers that you can use. Like, one is like an at-will with like a small cooldown, and the other one is like a super ability that you have to charge a meter for.
Mm-hmm.
I would try to spend more time trying to figure out how to use those in conjunction with my team. Like, the large Samoan man, like, he's a defensive character. He has a hand shield that he can use to, like, basically repel damage in a single direction. And, like, his super drops, like, a dome shield that protects the entire team from, like, damage for a period of time. And so, like, it's a good idea, like, whenever there's any conflict, just, like, mash out that shield and, like, get in front of people. And, like, that's a way that you can contribute. Or even, like, the spooky, like, Birdman, his ability, if I remember correctly, allows you to, like, see enemies in the distance. And, like, you can transfer that information to your teammates, even if, like, the opponents are, like, behind walls and whatnot. So, like, you're giving vision to your team. I believe Pathfinder has, like, a zipline ability that he can use personally, but his super allows him to, like, create a zipline, like, that anyone can use. So it's, like, a fast escape to, like, disengage from fights. Like, I think, like, you might want to mess around with the powers a bit with, like, the squad and, like, figure out if shit starts to hit the fan, I can do this and this will help. Because that is, like, one of the things that I've been seeing that people really resonate with Apex over other battle royales, that, like, everyone has the ability to contribute.
I understand that people have the ability to contribute, Rocky.
Okay.
Like, I get that. I'm just saying that, like, it's harder to figure out how things work together in the game unless you get those opportunities. Like, the way Battle Royale works is that they don't generally, like, in a single-player experience, deliver you any kind of, like, training experience. Like, nobody's really teaching you, like, okay, like, do this and this, and in this situation do this and this. You're not, like, moving through, like, a tutorial based on the character that you've selected. Like, the game is not signaling to you, like, okay, you have selected the Samoan man. Now press this button to make a shield in this situation. Like, the game doesn't teach you that.
But it does. There are character-specific tutorials that you can do in single-player mode, and whenever you choose a character, it gives you, like, press square to see, like, what your abilities are, and, like, it tells you these things are how you do these things.
I probably just need to spend more time with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta fuck with the thing to get good at it? What?
Tegan?
First of all, I will never get good, Tegan.
Says the person who literally couldn't even play the game because the perspective was making me sick. Fuck it. I can watch Alex play. All day, but I can't do it because I'm like, whoa.
It is weird that Apex Legends is like a first-person shooter.
Tell me.
That is pretty different compared to other battle royales.
Tell me it gets upset. Oof.
There is a word on the street. Which way do you swipe for fucking Nintendo?
It's right.
That looks like Nintendo and Microsoft are swiping right on each other?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
They've been dancing around each other for a little bit.
They are straight up fucking snuggling, man. At some point real soon, maybe as late as E3, but possibly before that, we're going to get announces on both the existing Ori game and the new Ori game ported to Switch, as well as Cuphead.
I mean, those are really good gets for Switch.
And that it looks like one of the things that's going to happen on Switch is Xbox Game Pass. That's wild.
Yeah. I'm actually really interested in what Microsoft really wants to do. If Microsoft is interested in, I guess, like gradually shifting from like a console-based like platform holder to just being like a platform holder that like works digitally, where Microsoft stuff is everywhere. Well, Microsoft games are everywhere the same way that like Microsoft OS is kind of everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That could be really interesting. Microsoft is definitely in a position where they could take those kinds of risks. But I have serious questions about what that would actually look like.
It's obvious that they're not getting out of the hardware business. We know this. At last E3, one of the things Phil Spencer said on stage was, we're working on the next family of Xbox consoles, codenamed Scarlet.
Are they codenamed Scarlet because they're actually Nintendo systems? Is that why they're codenamed Scarlet?
I do not think so.
Is that why?
Just through like various leaks from like reliable reporters like Schreier and Klepek, that there's 3 different models of the Scarlet: an entry-level box, a high-end fancy box, and then a streaming box. It looks like they're interested in both. It looks like they're interested in being a hardware platform and also like bringing the Xbox brand to any place where it makes sense for it to exist. And I'm reeling at the idea that somebody might be playing fucking Halo on a Nintendo console conceivably in 2019.
That's pretty wild. I'd love to go back to like 2004 and talk some shit to like Microsoft people. It's like Microsoft and Nintendo are never going along. Like, nah, dude, like it's on a Nintendo console now. Chill out.
I remember like, speaking back to like 2004, when Microsoft was like putting together its Xbox division, one of the things that they looked at before the launch of the original Xbox was the possible acquisition of Nintendo. Because Microsoft definitely had the, like available cash liquidity at the time to just outright buy Nintendo. But there was a lot of position that like, okay, like, look, if this happens, there are reasons why it is a bad idea. And, one of the thoughts at the time was that it would identify the Microsoft gaming brand as something which is exclusively for kids because of what like the general market view was at the time of Nintendo. I think it was probably a good idea. I do think that picking up Rare was a good idea. But, like one of the things that we have talked at length about on this show is the genius of Iwata and how like Iwata had unusual ideas that like people might, in retrospect, without the context of the success of the idea, go like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
yeah.
If you don't know the success of the Wii, and you're like, hey, how about a Nintendo system that largely relies on motion controls and in its default controller configuration gets rid of analog sticks, and the main controller goes back to 2 primary action buttons and a D-pad. People might say, get the fuck out of here. Oh, it won't be anywhere near as powerful as the 2 contemporary consoles that your competitors are launching. Like, it's an underpowered machine with not enough buttons that relies on motion controls. But we see how successful the Wii was. We see how successful the DS was. Like, Iwata was the one who's like, let's merge our product lines. So, like, one of his last great decisions was the idea of, like, merging Nintendo's product lines. And we see how big a deal the Switch is. I don't think Phil Spencer gets enough credit for unconventional decisions in the gaming space. There's shit that Microsoft is doing right now that is reaping them like significant benefit, and I don't think that we've seen anywhere near the last of it. Like, there's really not much at E3 that I am more excited to hear than Microsoft's press conference. Like, flat out, period. That shit's going to be wild this year. Wild. With this level of engagement between the 2 companies, it would not surprise me to see a Nintendo franchise appear on a Microsoft platform, at least in the context of like a X cross X kind of game, like Microsoft franchise cross a Nintendo franchise game.
Mm-hmm.
And, that, which of course, like, led me to, like, the fun speculation, like, oh, man, what would be fun? Like, what would be great? You know, like X cross X. Like, if you could take a Microsoft franchise and a Nintendo franchise and put them in the same game, like, what would you want? And I mean, like, obviously,
put Banjo-Kazooie in Smash. Banjo and
put
Kazooie
Banjo
in
in
Smash.
Smash, you cowards.
No.
Wait, what? No? You don't want Banjo in Smash?
I want Spyro and Smash.
Spyro would be cool in Smash. That'd be a fun.
Well, first of all, Spyro's not a fucking Microsoft character.
No, definitely not. But like, it would still be cool.
Yeah.
I never played the Banjo-Kazooie games.
Think of the combo mechanics, Tegan. The Banjo uppercut with like the Kazooie poke. I'm in. That sounds amazing.
I'm worried it'd be too much like Duck Hunt.
It'd be a lot like Duck Hunt, but like the same way that they're like modeling Joker after like Shulk, I could see them modeling like Banjo off of Duck Hunt.
You think they'd end up treating it more like Ice Climbers?
Ooh, if you could desync like fucking Banjo and Kazooie, OP.
Kazooie could like jump out of the book bag.
Oh god, that'd be so scary. I don't want to fight that. That sounds awful.
That's the ult. The ult is Kazooie comes out of the backpack.
Oh god. I'm already shook. Never mind. Banjo can stay out of Smash until I figure out some new tech. I got some things to work on.
Well, that shit's wild. We got some news with some very big news.
True.
Let's news. So, Reggie, Big Reggie, Fils-Aime, you know that like 19-foot tall, terrifying man who looks like he could walk into a restroom where people were doing coke and go, "Hey guys, I don't do coke, I get high on life," and then just like tear the urinal out of the wall and like beat them to death with it?
Hey man, like Reggie's he's a gentle giant, man.
Look, you don't think that like murdering coke doers in bathrooms like falls into that?
Oh god. Yo, I mean, like Fils-Aime is probably especially gifted at murder, but like, fuck, man.
100 Reggies jump out of a plane.
Oh Jesus, I'm so shook.
Okay, so Reggie, Big Reggie, Fils-Aime, he's moving on.
He died?
No.
We killed him?
No. Fucking Reggie did not go live on a farm, Tegan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where'd he go then?
He's retiring.
No.
Tegan, he's gonna go play more Animal Crossing New Leaf on his 3DS.
No, he's not allowed to do this.
So, Reggie is retiring effective April 15th. I would love to know what kept Reggie in for as long as he did. Like, obviously, there's something that, like, you know, he was working on, like, and it's not he's out, like, I'm out now, fuck him. Like, he's like, I'm out April 15th. And I'm like, what is Reggie working on or was working on that, like, he was, like, shepherding at the, like, C-level executive position? And I wonder if this is, like, some of the shit that he was working on with Microsoft. That seems like the kind of, like, delicate shit that it would be happening at that level. Because you need somebody who is authorized to do the deals. I wonder if that was part of it. He announced his retirement on February 21st. And something like 5-10 minutes after he announced his retirement, Phil Spencer tweeted, "All the best to Reggie Fils-Aime on the next phase of his life and career. Great leader, industry partner, and friend." Was there like a moment where like our two cool dads were hanging out, figuring out essentially what video games are going to look like for the next 5 to 10 years?
That just sounds like the green room at the Game Awards.
The thing I'm really interested in with Reggie's retirement is Nintendo organizational structure. Nintendo is traditionally a very top-down team. There have been very, very few people at Nintendo of America who have been game changers here. Ultimately, a lot of people who have run Nintendo of America have just been like ultimately being like, yeah, whatever boss, to their Nintendo of Japan superiors. Very, very few people who like have been given autonomy and authority and have existed successfully within the Nintendo structure. You know, Howard Lincoln pops to mind. He definitely was a big deal who was given autonomy at Nintendo, doing shit like overseeing like the purchase of the Seattle Mariners. And we got some information on like who's going to be Reggie's successor. And I wanted to get y'all's feelings on this. Like, do we think that this choice reflects a desire by Nintendo of Japan to continue to have like autonomy at this level of executive? Or do we think that they're tightening up, circling up, and that this guy's job is going to be a yes man who is to be available for memes for Americans?
I mean, with a name like Bowser, I don't think it's just Americans making memes, my dude.
I don't know. Like, Bowser's, like, come up looks really similar to that of Reggie's. So, I don't think he'll be in a position where he is just a yes man. He's definitely, like, a face, you know, like, to work American audiences.
Yeah.
We'll see about his charisma and whatnot, because that was the big thing. Like, Reggie brought charisma to a lot of these, like, presentations. But Reggie survived at the position that he was at because he actually has some significant business acumen. And, like, presumably, like, Bowser has something similar.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he left Visceral when, like, it was going to shit around, like, Ragtag and everything. That had to have some sense involved.
I thought that Bowser was out of EA by the time Ragtag imploded.
He was out. He left in, like, mid-2015.
Yeah.
Which is when they were, like, pivoting from Yuma to Ragtag.
Yeah.
And, like, Hennig was, like, basically in, like, combat with EA's, like, higher-ups. And it wasn't like he, like, left and sat around and did nothing and then went somewhere else. Like, he left and immediately joined Nintendo.
Yeah. Now, Reggie and Bowser, had they worked together before Nintendo?
That's unclear. We do know that they both started at Procter & Gamble, but we don't have any information publicized on whether or not they actually worked together back then.
Okay. There's a quote about Doug Bowser that I really enjoy from the BBC, where they refer to Doug Bowser's name as one of the most charming cases of nominative determinism ever, which I think is adorable. The idea of being a name that dictates what you do professionally.
Yeah.
It's like, of course, Doug Bowser had to end up being, you know, the guy.
I wonder if when he first applied to work at Nintendo, they were just like, yep, we're not even gonna look at your requirements. Yep, you're in. Naming my children Zelda and Link, get over there.
Oh, shit. God damn it, Tegan.
Public relations.
I like that the first photo that they have of, like, Mr. Bowser at fucking Nintendo have plushies of, like, Mario and Luigi, like, tied up with an N64 controller in the background.
Right?
Yeah.
It's really good. Like, top notch.
So, like, I hope he's good. I know that sounds goofy, but, like, Nintendo's just been making so many interesting moves in the last few years, and it's been really cool to see, like, the way their space has been changing, specifically in the American market. And I hope Bowser's got ideas. I hope that Bowser is a leader that can keep the momentum up for Nintendo. And I guess I hope also that, like, American Nintendo fans, I guess, connect with this guy. It's such a weird thing to say about, like, executives, because in so many other industries, that's not something you really concern yourself with. I could give a shit about, like, connecting with the executive of Chevy, despite the fact that I own a Chevy. Like, it's not something I care about or want to do, but I guess because of the way we buy video game products and, you know, with this, like, media cycle where every few months we tune in and we watch a little video and we're like, okay, Nintendo man, okay, Microsoft man, okay, Ubisoft man, like, we have this, like, weirdly intimate relationship with video game executives. I could say, like, I think, you know, like, Eve at, like, Ubisoft is, like, this adorable tiny Frenchman, and he's good for memes, and Reggie has been, like, endlessly gift There are so many GIFs of Reggie. The Reggie tapping his watch GIF should hang in a museum somewhere.
Oh yeah, it's going to the museum. Put it in the MoMA.
I guess I hope that this guy is a good fit for a job which is going to demand that kind of relationship with his customers.
It really is.
There's going to be a whole bunch of people who, I guess, like, assume a level of access to this guy. That's a tough thing about a top man in video games job, is that people just think they are entitled to you.
How much access do we really have to Reggie?
I don't think we really have that access, but, like, I don't think that, like, I think that if Reggie goes out to dinner...
You feel like you could go talk to him.
And not just me. I think that, like, there are lots of people who would just get up and go over and, like, talk to Reggie. And I think that, like, most of those people are probably not going to be shitheads, but there's probably going to be some fucker who's going to get up and walk over to Reggie and go, like, where's Mother 3? And Reggie's like, look, man, I'm just trying to enjoy my ravioli. You know?
I'd like to think that in whatever the last Nintendo Direct is that we get, they have Reggie do it, and Reggie announces, and here's Mr. Bowser, and Mr. Bowser releases Mother 3, and then Reggie gets all, like, angry, and they fight.
And then they fight.
I'd like to see the last Nintendo Direct before Reggie officially retires to have that in it. I think it'd be hilarious.
I'd like to see, like, an actual date for, like, Animal Crossing in Reggie's last Direct. I think that would really tie that meme home. Where he's just like, yeah, so, by the way, like, we know when we're gonna release the next Animal Crossing game, and here it is. Also, I'm retiring.
I'm retiring, so that it's gonna be April whatever. What day is he retiring?
15th.
April 15th is when it's gonna come out, and he's gonna be like, now I've gotta go play some Animal Crossing, and then leave.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's a Monday, but I don't care. That's when it's coming out.
That sounds amazing. I'm all the way in.
That'd be the best. His last day is like, yeah, Animal Crossing, bye.
So, I think there's two ways I'd like to see that transitional Direct handled. Possibility one, I'd like to see Reggie regenerate into Doug Bowser.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. He, like, gets a power-up, becomes... I want him to put the crown on and become Doug Bowser.
There's a dark world out there, guys. There are definitely already some Doug Bowsettes out there.
Yeah, I have like 4 of them on my phone.
Yes, please. Amazing quality. I love the internet. The internet's my favorite place.
The other thing I can go for is, like, you guys remember the classic Direct, which featured, like, Reggie versus Iwata?
Yes.
Like, shot in all shadow, like they were fighting each other?
Mm-hmm.
I could also see, like, a Smash-style intro where they show a silhouette, and it's like, Doug Bowser leads the board, or something like that. And
that could be fun.
Yeah.
And then they give us the next challenge pack, like, release. They tell us what's coming next.
Like, you open the Direct by showing, like, Reggie displaying something like 300% damage. Like, basically one pop, and he's getting knocked off the stage.
Oh, God.
He's like, this is from all the time that you people asked me about Mother 3. Bowser just shows up and, like, finger pokes him of doom.
He comes up and does Luigi's Ping, where he, like, swings his foot back and kicks him.
Oh, no, the taunt.
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, I'm almost certain, actually, now that I think about it, they're just gonna do, like, the Smash 3.0 patches out, and, like, so is Joker on the 15th, but I still want Animal Crossing stuff. I would like that very much.
I want Animal Crossing. Please. Please, I've waited.
You guys ever do that thing on Twitter where you're like, you go check to see, like, what people you follow are currently following this person? You're like, who do I follow that follows Doug Bowser? And, like, most of these make sense, right? You know, of course Jeff Keighley is going to follow Doug Bowser. Of course that makes sense. You know, of course Bill Trinan follows Doug Bowser. That makes sense. Of course Jason Schreier follows Doug Bowser. That makes sense. And there's, like, some other video game ones here that make sense. But then, from out of fucking nowhere, here's John Cena
Dun, 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 dun!
following Doug Bowser.
John Cena's in Smash. Like, I'm calling it.
Here's what happens, though. He's always invisible.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I'm already shook.
You just see, like, the little ghost thing comes down.
I remember, like,
That's it.
around the time of the launch of the Switch, they did an ad campaign which was, like, John Cena, like, playing Switch in various places. You guys remember that?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It makes sense. So, it makes sense because Cena had an existing business relationship with Nintendo. Okay. I feel better now.
Can I have an existing business relationship with Nintendo? Nintendo, please. Hello.
Yeah, Tegan's gonna join the treehouse.
Oh,
Sure.
God, could I? Could I please? That'd be fun.
Tegan, talk to me about child predators.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not going to talk to you about child predators. I'm going to get kicked off Nintendo Treehouse for doing that.
Tegan, we need to do the news.
So, in an amazing turn of events that surprises no one, Epic Games has pulled all their Fortnite YouTube ads because there's child predator concerns. Wow.
Oh, God.
God. Why couldn't I talk about Reggie? The ad freeze was brought on by recently unearthed news that its ads are running on videos used by online predators to coordinate and exploit children. Yay!
That's gross.
Yep, Epic's of course reached out to YouTube and Google to quote-unquote determine actions they'll take to eliminate this type of content from their service. And this controversy got, redug up, I guess, after Matt Watson, who is a former YouTube content creator, described what he called a, quote, softcore pedophile ring on the site. Ugh. God, I need some alcohol already. Quote, they're providing links to actual child porn in YouTube comments, he says. They're trading unlisted videos in secret, and YouTube's algorithm, through some kind of glitch or error in the programming, is actually facilitating their ability to do this. Videos will feature comments from child predators that share a timestamp that's intended to sexualize a child that's featured in the video. But taken at face value, this isn't deemed inappropriate content on its own, because the videos that this happened on are mundane and outside of the spin given by commenting predators, appropriate for advertising under YouTube's AdSense requirements, and so advertisements for things like Fortnite run on the video before it starts. Obviously Epic Games is concerned, and they're not the only ones. So far, Disney, Nestle, AT&T, and Hasbro have all followed and pulled all of their ads off the platform. I know, Nico, child predators are gross! But, there's some small amount of good, so YouTube's deleted more than 400 channels and suspended comments on tens of millions of videos as it tries to purge the system of its pedophiles.
Oh, God.
A YouTube spokesman told TechCrunch that around 400 hours of video are uploaded each minute, and the company only has around 10,000 human reviewers who analyze content that's been flagged as inappropriate. YouTube executives, in the meantime, are also scrambling to reassure companies that YouTube is doing everything it can to protect children. In a memo sent to major brands this week, child safety has been and remains our number one priority at YouTube. YouTube suspended millions of videos that are likely innocent but could be subject to predatory comments. In addition to, the regular damage, which should be done, there's been some collateral damage. Most notably, a trio of popular Pokemon Go YouTubers were among accounts wrongly banned for being involved in, quote, activity that sexualizes minors, according to the YouTube ban. So, Mystic7, Trainer Tips, and Marksman were the ones who had their accounts banned after uploading footage of themselves playing Pokemon Go. It's believed the error occurred because their videos continued use of the term CP, which Pokemon Go uses to refer to combat points, but which YouTube's algorithm assumed was child pornography.
Well,
the accounts have been restored, but only because of external pressure, since, when your account's entirely banned for child porn, the user's entire Google account, including your email, is blocked, not just your YouTube page. But, this also raises more concerns over the automated manner in which YouTube judges and delivers the bans, since these are absolute decisions that need to be made by human beings, and the fact that Google relies on an algorithm that repeatedly fails in instances like these continue to affect all kinds of YouTubers and streamers. Yay! I'm done now, right? I don't have to talk about anything else disgusting.
I think that's right.
Yay! This is my gross story for the year. I'm done.
For the year?
Disgusted.
Shit,
I'm disgusted. This is gross.
Tegan, it's only February.
Child pornography in my YouTube! Get it out!
Okay,
Get
well,
it
first
out.
of all,
Fuck.
was it left in a medieval times?
Oh, no.
No, it was left on the internet! Openly exposed for many to see!
Oh, God.
If it was possible to leave it in a medieval times, though, I'm sure it would have been. It's on someone's phone that was left in a medieval times.
I really hate how, like, pedophiles are becoming craftier instead of, going away forever. I know that's, like, the natural response to, like, everyone hating you or whatever the fuck, but they can, like, seriously fuck off. Like, I'm so done.
YouTube, you need to hire more people to look at shit. Number one. Like, real people. Not just computers. You make all of the money. You can afford to hire people.
So there was a video that Jim Sterling put out yesterday on this topic, talking about how YouTube's response to this has been complete dog shit and not worth it, and how YouTube doesn't really communicate with its content creators in any kind of like meaningful or helpful way at all. There was a specific case that was cited, a woman who has a kid who does gymnastics, how she had a YouTube channel where like videos of the kids' gymnastics meets were uploaded, how the woman had been vigilantly moderating comments on the videos and how there were in fact no creepy comments on the videos thanks to this woman's like vigilance. And YouTube demonetized all the videos, and so when she contacted YouTube, she initially got no response until she like put them on blast on Twitter. At which point, like YouTube was like, "Hey, first of all, we want to say that there's nothing inappropriate about videos of these gymnastic meets. There's nothing inappropriate about them. Also, you've done an outstanding job at moderating comments on the videos, which are, we'd like to point out, not even part of your channel standards. You're not required to moderate comments on your videos, but good job doing it. And that there are no negative comments or bad comments on your videos. But we've demonetized this channel because it's possible that there might be negative comments at some point in the future."
That's bullshit. Oh my God.
And so it's like all these fucking YouTube content creators are operating in what is essentially a blind box, where the only rule for how to be successful on YouTube is, have you previously been so successful on YouTube that if they fucked with your money, it would be bad for YouTube at a platform level? If YouTube demonetized Philip DeFranco,
that wouldn't go well for them, no.
there would absolutely be some shit, because he could probably mobilize a pretty significant swath of YouTube pretty quickly. You'd be like, "Hey guys, I got demonetized. Look at that."
Not just like the YouTube fans, but also like other fellow creators, I think, would jump all over that.
But like, if they just demonetize, like, if they demonetize someone like Jim Sterling, they'll probably just weather it. They'll just be like, "Okay, fine, whatever." Like, people will yell at us for a couple days, but fuck it. Like, the only rule for being on YouTube is, have you already made us tens of millions of dollars? Millions of dollars. If the answer is yes, you have made us tens of millions of dollars and you have high public visibility, do whatever you want. If not, guess and hope for the best. I will absolutely not accept from them. Like, when they're like, "Oh, wow, well, 400 hours of video are uploaded every minute." Well, here's my surprise response. Fuck you. No one cares. Like, if what you're saying is like, oh, well, you know, like, there's so much content uploaded every minute that, like, we couldn't possibly have any kind of, like, management or curation of this, and what we just have to do is, like, write a rule and then administer the rule and hope for the best. Like, that's completely unacceptable. Basically, they are hanging out their shingle, claiming to be a place where there is a gold rush. Like, hey, y'all, build your future here. Rely on this for your future. And there are people who have to work, like, well more than 40 hours a week in order to try and, like, make ends meet as a YouTuber. At any given point, without any explanation, just, like, at a fucking whim, Google can change the rules on these people and be like, oh, you know what? We've decided that we're not going to allow anybody to monetize videos now with the color blue. Your video contains the color blue. It's no longer monetized. And that is not in any kind of way an exaggeration of just the lack of communication and the arbitrariness of this bullshit. YouTube, there's some dark, evil shit on your fucking network. You need to own it. You need to fix it. And that's going to require humans solving problems. Like, you can't just ask people to write a rule and then run the rule and then expect all these people that rely on your fucking platform because you've told them that it's safe for them to do so. They're fucking with people's livelihoods, guys. And, like, I can't hang with it. This shit infuriates me. Picture if, like, there was a single giant gold mine and there was an adorable little, like, prospector who sat outside the gold mine and was like, howdy, friends. You're all welcome to come into the gold mine. Just mine as much gold as you can carry, and on your way out, just give me like 10% of the gold. It'll be so good. And then, on your way out, various times the prospector will walk up to you and go like, I'm sorry, you know what? Pedophiles! And then just took your gold.
Fuck. Just yells pedophiles and takes your gold.
Yes.
Oh,
and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I put up videos about soap, and you're like, first of all, this is a gold mine. Don't know what you're talking about videos.
Right.
Second of all, pedophiles. Like,
I make videos where I cut soap. How is that pedophilia?
pedophiles.
Pedophiles. Fuck it. You too could be a pedophile.
Oh no, not like this.
Fucking Christ. Just this little prospector just wandering around like, I'm sorry, you don't get to keep your money. But have you already made the money off of my money? That's correct, I have. And now I'll make all of it because I've decided that you can't keep any of it. So there will continue to be value derived by what you've done. You just can't have any of that value. Thank you for slaving away in the mine. YouTube is one of the great fucking swindles of our time. $1 billion corporation enriches itself over the new weird way that we are fucking processing loneliness in our cyberpunk future, and I hate it. I hate it. Burn down YouTube. Holy shit, pass the Tylenol. I might have strongly held feelings.
So, you guys remember Evo Japan, right?
Yeah, that thing you were talking about?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a big tournament. They've had it for the past couple years. It's not as big as, like, the Las Vegas Evo, but, like, you get a lot more, like, concentration of, like, high school players, mostly because a lot of them are, like, in the, like, SEA area. So you get a lot of, like, Korean players and Japanese players that are still really good. They just can't fly to the States. But there's this one guy, right? This 23-year-old Pakistani player, Arzlan Ash, that went out to play Tekken 7, and, like, that dude was great. But then I looked into a little bit about what was going on with the guy, and, like, his story is incredible. On Valentine's Day, right? Like, February 14th, he had a Japanese travel visa. He was about to get on a plane to Fukuoka. But Pakistan said that the flight was too long, apparently. That's what they said. It's too long for a direct flight. We can't send you to Fukuoka. So he ended up losing the whole day, and he set up a series of, like, connecting flights that would go on the 15th, which would give him just a couple of hours to, like, prep for the tourney on the 16th, right? Like, usually you want to end up, like, a day or so before so you could, like, acclimate, you know, get rid of the jet lag or whatever.
Right.
He didn't have that kind of time, right? So what he was going to do, he was going to fly from Pakistan to Malaysia to South Korea and then Japan, right? He gets to Malaysia, but he doesn't have a South Korean visa. So the Malaysian airline refused to let him get on his already paid for South Korean flight, right? And to make it worse, he couldn't actually fly directly to Fukuoka from Malaysia. So he had to fly from Tokyo to Haneda and then get on a bus to Narita and then fly from Narita to Fukuoka, right?
Oh, Jesus.
And that's all on, like, the night of the 15th / the morning of the 16th, you know, the day of the tournament. So, like, he doesn't get any, like, rest time anymore. He just has to go, right?
Right.
So he gets to Haneda. But the thing is, he doesn't have any yen, right? He's not Japanese. He doesn't have any yen. So he tries to exchange some of his Pakistani rupees for Japanese yen, and Haneda says, no, we're not going to do that. We're not taking your rupees. We're not giving you yen. So he can't buy his bus ticket to go to Narita, right? And this is at 2 a.m. Like, my dude is just, like, the day before probably the biggest tournament in his life. And, like, he's just, like, in a country where he doesn't speak the language, he doesn't know these people. And, like, he's just, like, stuck in the middle of 2 a.m. and he can't go where he needs to go, right? His sponsors eventually find a direct flight from Haneda to Fukuoka. I guess a seat opened up. I have no idea. And so he lands in Fukuoka an hour before pools. And so he walks into, like, the tournament venue as pools are starting, right? Like, after, like, 3 days of being in airports and foreign airports, just all this bullshit, right? But he walks in, right? And then he just, like, is just putting away these dudes in matches, man. He plays a South Korean player, Jae Min Bae. He is, like, one of the Tekken god, one of the guys to beat, like, Hungry Fox or, like, Mango and Smash. And he actually took on Tekken 7's reigning EVO champion, Suwong Lo Ha-yoon. And he only lost one match in the whole tournament, and he ended up in losers. But, like, he had really great fundamentals. He was really patient, like, baiting out the right reactions for whiff punishes and shit. And he got all the way to grand finals from losers, and then he resets the bracket, so he wins a total of 6 games, losing 1 game to win the tourney. Right? This dude from Pakistan that no one's heard of, some 23-year-old kid who had to, like, go through this horrific travel experience, pulls out this win, and now everyone knows his name. It's fucking amazing. I love it because, like, I know I talked about that Tekken player from Peru who won, like, a qualifier, and, like, we wanted to see if he could get to EVO. But this guy, they put him on a plane. They got him from Pakistan to Japan to take on these Japanese, South Korean players in Tekken, and then wins. Like, there were a couple players, like Nee, in respect to Arslan, publicly announced that he's gonna go to Pakistan to study Tekken out there because they produce Arslan, adding, like, a whole new level of respect to the region. It's really dope. I'm really excited about where fighting games are going.
God, that's a fucking roller coaster.
Right? I love it.
That is a lot better story than the nightmare that Tegan just covered.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Trying to balance it out, man.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I think the prize was, like, do I have it right? I think it was like 1.5 million yen, 1.5 million yen. Something like that. Maybe dollars. I just remember him holding a giant check that said 1.5 mil. I didn't know what the currency was. I didn't look.
So, who wants to talk about trespassing?
Sure, man. Let's do it. Let's go.
Right. I want to be the very best. The one who jumps a fence.
About Pokemon?
I'm in your backyard, man. Your backyard's my gym.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh,
He
yes.
prepped this. I love it.
Oh,
The
no.
dedication. Brian, what's going on, man?
Okay, so back in 2K16, somebody did a suing.
Who they sue?
The individual being sued, the corporation, because corporations are people.
No, they're not.
Niantic. And they were being sued by various homeowners who believed that Niantic's game Pokemon Go was incentivizing players to trespass on their property
Uh-huh.
to activate Pokestops or catch the Pokemans. So the homeowners who, initiated the lawsuit are proposing a settlement which would force Niantic to implement some changes into the game, like such as follows. Upon complaints of nuisance or trespass or demands of removal, the company will make commercially reasonable efforts to resolve the complaint and communicate a resolution within 15 days. Owners of single-family residential properties get rights of removals within 40 meters of their properties. Niantic will maintain a database of complaints in an effort to avoid poor placement of these virtual creatures. When Niantic's system detects a raid of more than 10 players congregating, a warning message will appear on their screens reminding them to be courteous and respectful of their surroundings. Niantic will work with user reviews and mapping services like Google Maps to mitigate any problems, plus maintaining a mechanism so that park authorities can request a park's hours also be honored. And at company expense, Niantic will have an independent firm audit compliance with obligations during a 3-year period. So one of the things which is interesting about this lawsuit, it's raised questions for like how trespassing is defined now.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's questions as to like, is Niantic at fault for placing digital items in private locations? And should Niantic be responsible for players attempting to get these items which are on private property?
I mean, I think the answer to both those questions is yes, but like I think the more pressing one is how responsible are they? Or how much fault lies with Niantic specifically? I think that's where things get a lot messier.
Right.
Like, I think they have some measure of responsibility. They definitely shouldn't entice players to trespass, and they should have some measure of culpability in when their players do disregard the barriers for private property and whatnot. But how much is kind of weird. I don't know if like Niantic really needs to pay for like this woman's fence that was like ultimately damaged by like players. But I think there should be some fuck, I don't even know how to define it. Like, because I mean, I'm not going to like jump into someone's backyard for like common drops or whatever, but I might do it for something like really serious, which is weird. I definitely...
So you either respect someone's space or you don't. I guess is my problem. Because to homeowner X, to them and their experience, there's literally no difference between you hopping their fence to get a Rattata and you hopping their fence because Mewtwo is back there.
Right.
Like, either way, somebody's hopped their fucking fence.
I mean, there is a fence. I think that's more the player's responsibility than Niantic's, because, like, there is a fence. You know a fence means you're not supposed to fucking go there.
Right.
I don't care what the fuck is in someone's yard. If there's a fence around it, I'm not gonna go in it. You know? I'm just gonna be like, oh man, that sucks. I can't get that thing even though it's right there because there's that fence. And I'll just, like, try and see if I can get myself to ping over there. But if there's no fence, and the fastest way to that gym is to cut in between somebody's, like, 2 pieces of property, and I could just walk that property line and not actually cross into either yard, I'm gonna do that. Fuck it.
There isn't going to be, like, say, a thin strip of unowned land between 2 properties. That's not a thing. If you're walking between 2 houses, you're on either person's property.
Right, but I'm not gonna, like, traipse into their yard. I'm just gonna walk through.
By definition, you are traipsing through their yard. If you're walking through...
Well, yeah, but I'm not, like, running through your begonias. But I'm just walking
and that's what
through.
I'm saying is that you either respect someone's space or you don't.
I respect your space if you put a fence up. I'm not gonna respect your... Like, I guess that's just, like, my neighborhood mentality, because, like, we traipse through each other's yards all the time. As long as you're not crushing someone's plants, who cares? You know?
Yeah, I don't think this is, like, especially binary.
I guess the difference here is when you say walk through your neighbor's yard, Tegan, a third party has not incentivized you to walk through your neighbor's yard a couple times a week. There's not somebody saying, like, please do this thing on the reg. And there are people out there who either desires for additional privacy or needs for more privacy, like... And not everybody should be obligated to put up a fucking fence just so you don't walk through their yard. It's not somebody's responsibility to modify their property so that way other people don't interact with their property in a way that they don't like. What?
I'm not sure about that one, man.
That's like saying it's not someone's responsibility not to lock their door because they don't want people to come in. A door is a natural barrier. I'm not going to just come in as long as your door is shut. I mean, I'm not going to come in if your door is open unless I know you.
I think that, like, if we say stuff like, okay, people have an obligation to lock their doors.
Then They
So
have
that
an obligation to lock their doors. Lock your damn door!
Maybe not an obligation, but definitely an expectation.
Yeah.
Like, you should expect doors for private property to be locked. I'm not saying that people should be walking up and, like, lock-checking random people's doors.
I mean, thieves do that.
There's definitely the thieves that don't care what's in their way. They will get through it. But there are definitely a bunch of people that, like, will lock-check doors on, like, a Tuesday afternoon, and it's like, oh, I guess I'm not robbing this house because it's gonna cost me more time than it's worth.
I feel like in this specific instance, is it because did they hop their fence, like, just to get something? Or did they hop their fence because it's the fastest route to, like, a gym? Because you could just ask for that gym to be moved. That's a thing.
I mean, there's class action suits. There's a bunch of plaintiffs.
Right.
But, like, one of the stories that I remember, there was a man who, I want to say it was in Connecticut, who built a house on property that used to be, like, a church, right?
Mm-hmm.
Niantic's, like, algorithm initially, when they put out Pokestops, they thought that his house was still a church, because churches were common, like, Pokestop/gyms.
They still are.
And so his house, because Niantic thought it was still a church, made his homemade gym. And so when Pokemon Go came out, there were just random people, not always like walking up to his door, but definitely like people always on the street driving by back when you could drive and play Pokemon Go at the same time. And they would be there at all hours, like before even raiding came out, just like fighting over the gym, spinning for the stuff off the stop, putting down lures to catch additional Pokemon because like gyms are good for stuff like that. And they would just be at his house all the time. They weren't necessarily like on his property, but they were definitely a nuisance that did not go away. And it took him a couple of weeks to figure out that it was tied to Pokemon Go. And like he immediately petitioned to have his house removed as like a stop.
Mm-hmm.
From what I understand, it took them a couple of months. They eventually did it. But there are hundreds of cases like that these people, they have like private property, their homes.
Yep.
That become hotbeds of activity for various reasons. There was a woman that's mentioned in the lawsuit whose pool was considered a Pokemon gym. Presumably, like, she was a socialite. She had people over at her house hanging out at the pool, so they showed up on their heat map, and so they made that spot a gym. And people kept coming to her neighborhood and ultimately damaged her fence because people were not respecting her property.
That's shitty.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not sure if Niantic should be on the hook for like paying for this woman's fence. She's still getting $1,000, so she might be able to do it anyways. But I'm also not of the mind that Niantic is just like creating or even really enabling like monsters. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're playing this game, and Niantic definitely needs to moderate some measure of like player interaction, but also like there are positions like the players probably didn't need to damage that woman's fence, and they did that only because they did not care.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to this man whose home was noted as a gym, and players were just there at all hours, just like playing this game. Like, that's something Niantic could have done something about, but the fence thing is probably like a player side issue.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where that line demarcates, and that's a conversation that needs to be had going forward. I just hope it doesn't require someone to get sued for us to do it.
If someone comes onto my property, I expect them to have business with me.
You come to the Cartwright Ranch, you're going to see the Cartwrights.
Then you are there for Cartwright-related business. That is why you are here. If I open my door and some asshole is just like standing there with his fucking phone and I'm like, can I help you? And they're like, no, I'm doing a Pokemon.
Well, but like, do you have a sidewalk? Are they, like, at street level, or are they, like, outside your door?
If they are literally on the sidewalk, I've got no fucking quarrel with them. Fine, you're on a sidewalk. Do your thing. Whatever. But, like, if you are in my fucking yard because you're Pokemoning, like...
Yeah, like, get off my lawn. Yeah.
Right, yeah. I think that's reasonable.
And it just, like, you're going to set my dog off. Just, what the fuck? And I think about, like, when Pokemon launched, at my former employer, PayPal, there were 2 different gyms. There was a gym actually inside of the building.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a gym in the parking garage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this was private property, and you were posted signs that say, like, this is private property. You know, like, only come on to PayPal property if you work here or if you are a visitor with an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
But the fucking number of people who would come onto the property, go into the parking garage, were prowling the property because the property had 2 gyms and 2 Pokestops. There was a point where, like, it was all our on-site security was doing for, like, close to 3 months.
Getting people to go away?
Yes.
My current employer has 3 Pokestops and 2 gyms on the property. And our security does say, like, you know, do you have a badge? No. Like, if you don't have a badge, you can't be here. And people go away, you know? And that, I feel like, isn't, like, a huge thing. Like, it's not as big a deal because we're not, like, in a secluded area. We're on a lot of, like, really busy roads. So there isn't a good... You can't reach these stops if you're in a car unless you come onto property. And even then, like, they're far enough back in the property that you'd still have to get out of your car and go. It hasn't been a problem for us. The only people we get are spoofers. Like, that's it. And we know they're spoofers because we have a group, an unofficial, official group of, like, probably 18 of us now who all play Pokemon Go. And, like, we all get up and go raid together. And, like, all our bosses know what we're doing, but, like, yeah, some people take smoke breaks. We're gonna take 15 minutes to go take down this Palkia, and then we're gonna come back. Like, there are at least healthy things we could be doing.
I think these are good conversations. They are definitely disruptive. PayPal probably doesn't want to have their security team shooing off, like, Pokemon Go players, but there are definitely, like, some symbiotic relationships. Like, I mean, there are definitely small businesses and, like, especially also churches that had a renewed, like, interaction with their community because of Pokemon Go. Like,
oh yeah, the new coffee shop next to the GameStop I work at. Mm-hmm. It used to be a Starbucks, so we have a Starbucks Pokemon Go stop there. But now there's a new coffee shop there, and the Starbucks Pokemon Go stop did not leave. So whenever there's a Pokemon Go event, that coffee shop gets a boost in business. Specifically because people are like, oh, I didn't know this was here, nice! And then they'll come in and get, you know, a $2 coffee or whatever.
Yeah, and, like, you get, like, EX passes and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think there are definitely, like, detriments to, like, how Niantic set up Pokestops, because it's just, like, indiscriminate heat maps with, like, focuses on particular, like, points of interest, like, on the ground. I mean, people interacting with, like, murals and, like, you know, churches and, like, other, like, pieces of art is really cool. But there are definitely, like, trespassing issues that we need to talk about. I hope that we get some productive responses out of these things. I hope this isn't the last we actually hear of this issue. I think that trespassing, especially in detrimental ways, should, like, disappear. I think there are ways that we can figure out a healthy balance between exploration of, like, space with respecting other people's property.
I think that these things are being asked for in the resolution of this lawsuit would go a long way to solving these issues.
Mm-hmm.
If Niantic did these things, I think that it would go a long, long way. I think owners of single-family residential properties get right of removal within 40 meters of their property. That's a big one. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Because it's not just
the house.
Their property. It's within 40 meters of their property. So that would speak to a lot of the whole, like, it's most convenient for me to walk through your property to get to the thing I want.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you live on, like, a street corner. And so there is something which is public adjacent to your private property, but people are just walking through your property because they're like, well, it's too much effort to go around, so I'm just going to walk through your fucking property to get to this thing I want. I think that's why that within 40 meters is, like, really, really good.
How far is 40 meters?
Like 120 feet?
A little more, but, like,
yeah.
It might be closer to, like, 140, 150.
I don't know how big that is. Is that like the size of a ship?
It's about half the size
like
of a football
car?
field.
Half the size of a football field. Okay. That seems really far.
It's pretty far.
Who's
but
got
like,
that much room?
well, no, it's not all your property.
You have
it's
that
stuff
much
that's
room
like,
for me to traipse through? Fuck!
no,
I might chase
Tegan,
through that on accident. Jesus, put a fence around it.
no, but they mean like within your property. Let's say there's like a mural on your street, right? That was a Pokestop that maybe became a gym later. If people are like walking through your property, which may even be something like 2-3 houses down, to get to the mural for like a raid or whatever, and like people regularly do so, and maybe they damage your fence. They're giving them the right to like, hey, Niantic, this thing's close enough to my home that it's causing a problem to my property. Please remove this stop.
Yeah.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
And then they
And
just
I-
remove it.
Mm-hmm.
They just need a faster process for that, it sounds like.
Well, they're also afraid of like losing so many stops that like the game becomes a lot less interactable. Because like, especially in rural areas, like playing Pokemon Go is actually a really rough time.
Well, they could also just relocate the stop.
Yeah. I'd like to see a stop relocation system, but like the verifying checks is like gonna cost them some significant overhead, which is probably something they don't want to do right now.
They made like fucking $8 million! They made
did.
$1 bajillion! Are you fucking kidding me? Too much overhead?
Is this a second story this week about how, like, business could solve business, but they want to keep all the money?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot like that. That's how capitalism works, my guy.
Business could solve business by hiring fucking people to do a job. Wow! Look, I fixed the economy and your fucking business. Give me a Nobel Prize. Hire people to do the work. Jeez!
Thanks for coming to Tegan's TED Talk.
You could even just fucking hire Pokemon Go players. Be like, I'll pay you in Pokecoins, and fucking dedicated people will do it.
I don't
sure.
want that because like Microsoft did
I'm
some
sure
shady
they
shit
would.
like that late last year.
Yep.
Where they had like tech support people paid in like Xbox rewards or whatever, and then they hired. Well, they didn't like fire the team; they just didn't renew the contract for like the actual support team that they initially hired.
Yep.
And they just kept the quote unquote volunteers and keep paying them in like Xbox rewards.
I'd like Pokecoins. I'd go check out a Pokestop to see if it's in an appropriate place for some Pokecoins.
Okay, yeah, that's a different thing. Ooh, I talked about this. The cryptocurrency thing that they were talking about, like integrating with AR.
Yeah.
And they just like ran Pokecoins as like a cryptocurrency, and they like made it like float across like various like Pokemon games. That could be really cool.
I could
Whatever.
transfer my trainer some Pokecoins from my Pokemon game.
Yeah, like imagine, yeah, if like Let's Go and
Let's Go becomes your mom and you can send her fucking 25% of your Poké dollars that you earn in the regular Pokemon game?
oh god, that'd be wild.
Fuck, man.
But Pokecoins would have to be a different currency than Pokedollars.
Pokebucks.
Pokebucks. Oh, fuck.
Pokebucks. Jesus. People forget that Poké dollars are based on yen, so like they're like $500 for a soda, and you're like, it's $5 for a soda, my dude. Chill out. Please chill out.
Let them know, T.
50 coins for a fucking sweater! Yeah, it's $5 for a sweater, my dude. Chill out. You mad? Why are you mad? Because you don't understand currency conversion?
Hey man, my friend
Jesus.
Arslan like saw that stuff like, up front, man. They didn't want to give him yen. He couldn't take a bus.
Why didn't he get any currency converted before he left for the fucking tournament?
I don't know. He's a 23-year-old kid that flew through like 3 countries in 3 days.
Whenever you leave the country, always get money before you go! Always! Always! Get enough for a plane ticket or a train ticket, whatever you think you will need. Do
See,
it! You'll
I'm
need
gonna
it!
have to start doing that.
You'll
I need
need
to
it!
Start stacking
Says the
pesos
person
again.
who fucking landed in the wrong airport and had to fucking get a fucking Shinkansen at 2 a.m. to goddamn Nagoya! You need money for that fucking train ticket just in case! Jesus! People are dumb! Ah! Let's talk about some bullshit!
Teeks, what's the bullshit? What do we got?
This isn't bullshit, actually. This is probably a good thing.
Mm.
I don't understand things, so.
Okay.
The American Federation of Labor and Congress of Industrial Organizations, or the AFL-CIO, is encouraging the gaming industry to unionize via an open letter. I'm not going to read you all the letter, though. You can read it. It's on Kotaku's website. You can do that. I have faith in you, in your literacy skills. But, yeah, do it. Sounds like a good thing. And this is,
Cool.
of course, in response to Activision Blizzard's massive layoff wave and everything else, considering, sales are up fucking everywhere, and with the AFL-CIO being the largest labor organization in the United States, might be a good time to labor up.
One thing I'm kind of interested in, because, so we know the ESA, right? The toothless cowards that have been defending...
Until I run it.
Okay, so, the ESA, specifically represents corporate interests, right? They're not fighting for, particular developers. They're fighting for Activision, for Nintendo, for Microsoft. And so, if there is some sort of, video game developer union, kind of like the SAG-AFTRA for, voiceover...
Voice actors?
Voice actors, thank you.
You're welcome.
Whenever there is a conflict, it would almost certainly be litigated by, the union versus the ESA. If not individual companies. And that seems like an interesting fight. The ESA also, fights for consumers, which is another thing that I glossed over. But they may end up in a position where they end up defending the corporation interests versus, worker interests. And I kind of want to see that fight happen. I don't know what that'll be like, but it feels important to me. And it feels like something that may have meaning and value to video games at large.
Here's a thing that I am tired of happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of companies being shitty.
Oh, yes.
Stop being shitty. Just stop it.
There's a thing that consumers seem to not have a real willingness to understand. The single $60 standard issue price point for AAA games is a bad thing, has been a bad thing for a while, and needs to go the fuck away. I am tired of games coming out, being built on the back of an hourly workforce, which is underreporting its hours worked and doing shit like sleeping under their desk and living on pizza for 3 months at a time.
Yum,
so that way they can work a 110-hour week.
They're not college students. Stop doing that to them.
College students don't deserve that either. But
I'm also tired of games coming out where it's this game isn't the actual price of the game. In order to get the actual price of the game, we assume that you're going to be paying for this, ongoing microtransactions in order to, make the game function correctly. Read the Middle-earth Shadow of War actual release, where in order to make the game work, you had to buy a bunch of orcs. Video games need monetization models that reflect the actual cost of development. There are games that come out right now which cost $40, and then people look at them weird and they go ew, what's this budget game? That game should be $60. But then these same people who are won't trust a $40 video game, when you talk to them about the idea of video games costing more than $60, they flip out. And it's look, man, fucking people need to not be working 110-hour work weeks. That shit's just absolutely unacceptable. It's unconscionable. People need to work normal human hours and then be paid for them with fair wages. And then I want to know that when I buy a game, I am getting a complete experience for the amount that I've paid. Oh, man.
None of our games should cost mandatory crunch. This is bullshit.
Yeah. Please charge an amount which is actually reflective of the cost of the development of the video game. I understand that means that for a lot of video games, the cost of games are going to go up because you're paying more overhead on more labor costs, because if you don't have people working free 110-hour weeks, then you're having to pay them more because you have more months of development time. But maybe it's time for games like Red Dead Redemption 2 to cost $80.
Sounds fair.
No one's well-being should be worth a $60 video game. Like, oh yeah, well. So people, like, video games have been $60 since the fucking PS1 and Saturn. Actually, they've been $60 longer than that. They were $60 as a standard on the SNES and the Genesis. And even then, there were games that were outliers that cost more. When Super Mario 64 came out, that game was fucking $90. And people paid it. But can you imagine if Nintendo tried to launch Mario Odyssey for $90 in today's culture?
That would have been wild.
People would have shit themselves.
They would have needed to tell me about, like, the Luigi balloon thing, like, at launch. That would have been a trial.
Oh, what else is going on?
Okay, you guys are gonna love this, right? So, Epic is suing organizers of this UK Fortnite festival. Fortnite Live Norwich was billed as the Fortnite event of the year. The 2-day festival advertised outdoor laser tag, a climbing wall, archery, and more. Tickets started out at £12, with wristbands for unlimited access going for an extra £20.
Okay.
The 2-day Fortnite Live event at Norfolk Showground near Norwich, UK, had visitors waiting in lines for hours to enter the site and collect wristbands that Saturday. Attendees complained that the attractions were underwhelming and understaffed. Visitors said that there were not enough activities for the estimated 2,800 people who showed up. There was only space for 4, count them on your fingers, 4 children to practice archery at the same time, and just 1 climbing wall tower with room for 3 climbers. There was a woman, Andrea Soldiscio, age 47, who bought tickets last October as a birthday present for her 12-year-old son, Zach, and a Christmas gift for her daughter, Zara, 7, said, "We drove 110 miles here, and I paid £60 for a hotel to stay for both days, but we will not bother with the second day. It's a shame because the kids were so excited about it." The maker of Fortnite, Epic Games, has begun legal proceedings against the organizers of Norwich's calamitous Fortnite Live Festival.
Wow.
We have a quote from them saying, "The quality of our player experience is incredibly important to us, whether it's inside the game or at official public events like last year's Fortnite Pro-Am," a spokesman said. Went on to say, "Epic Games was not in any way associated with the event that took place in Norwich, and we've issued a claim against the organizers in the High Court of London." In his statement, Sean Lord, the head of Exciting Events Limited, who put on the event, insisted that, quote, "the vast majority of children loved Fortnite Live Norwich," and claimed that Exciting Events were still committed to hosting the 2 future Fortnite Live events, even after all the national publicity and personal abuse and threats experienced by the directors and family of the business, which, is out of pocket. They can't threaten these people. However, in response to the, quote, "media frenzy," Lord continued, Epic Games have now forced the shutdown of 2 pre-booked Fortnite Live events with the removal of all promotional communication from the public domain, which is why their Facebook page went down. These proceedings by Epic Games has had a catastrophic impact on the company's ability to trade, which has forced Exciting Events Limited to cease all trading activities immediately, and the director of Exciting Events will now seek to limit the losses to third parties as far as possible. So, they put on a bad Fortnite event, underestimating the popularity and visibility of Fortnite, and now they lost their company.
How do you do that? How do you... Okay.
They did. That's exactly what happened, man.
How do you... You know what? I hear that Fortnite's kind of catching on. Let's get a couple fucking bows and arrows and see how that works.
Are there even bows and arrows in Fortnite? Honestly. I don't...
What the fuck is it? I hear that food and water are really catching on.
Oh my god. The best part is because they did have lines, but Sean Lord actually blamed the lines and the wait times on most of his employees not showing up, but it was 8 of the 19 employees that were staffed for this event didn't show up. But they still had 2,800 people with 4 archery setups and 1 climbing wall. Apparently,
I'm looking at some pictures right now from this fucking thing. So, They just did not give a shit. Some of the merch stands, which were entirely unrelated to Fortnite in any kind of way, were just for like some bullshit. I'm looking at like a little knit cap that was for sale at this event. This knit cap says on it cocaine and caviar.
No way. No fucking way.
You guys want to see it?
Yeah, I want to see this.
No, okay.
Show it to me. This is the only thing I ever want you to show me, Brian.
Oh, Jesus. They apparently had actual PC setups where you could play Fortnite, at the festival or whatever, but you had to pay to use them. They were charging people at an event they paid to get into to play a free-to-play game on the internet. That was a real thing these dumbasses did.
Wow. Like, look at this Fire Festival-ass Fire Festival.
But man, this wasn't even like scamming the rich though. Like these are scamming parents. This mom bought this thing for their kids. Like my kids like the Fortnite. There's a festival in Norwich. We'll drive up. Like whatever. It'll be cool. And then they get there, and their kids are paying to stand in lines.
This is the DashCon of Fortnites.
Oh, dude, oh my god. I'm glad this company isn't a company anymore. Because that's what that last part was. They had to cease all trading activities. And they had to remove all promotional communication from the public domain. That means they're not doing stuff anymore. They are no longer a company. They have been mashed out by Epic Games.
Okay. One of these pictures, also amazing. There's a kind of a truck that looks like maybe a garbage truck or a tree truck or a wood chipper or I don't fucking know.
Sure.
And it just looks like absolute shit. It does not look like the kind of thing you want your kid climbing all about on.
Oh yeah, I see it.
It's got these total I'm a work truck labels on it that say long vehicle.
Oh,
and there's the most raggedy looking nightmare slide attached to it.
I see it. Oh, Jesus.
Wow. Just
incredible.
Fucking cocaine and caviar, everybody.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah. This is not good.
No, it's not.
I think it's possible that Fortnite is canceled.
No, Fortnite's going to be fine, but this company, what is their name again? Exciting Events Live? Exciting Events Limited. They have been limited. They have found their limits, my guy.
Cocaine and Caviar LLC?
This is not gonna knock out anything for dumb as shit, but I want to talk about this for dumb as shit, cause oh my god, they saw the pre-orders or whatever, the people who signed up online to come to this Fortnite festival, and they're yeah, we got 19 people, we could do this.
Wow.
Oh man.
Wow. Okay. So congrats to these people.
Fucking idiots.
Here's hoping they leave their business plan on a USB thumb drive in a medieval time.
Oh, Jesus. The exciting saga.
God. So guys, let me tell to you a little bit about what came out on Steam today.
Sure, man.
I hope it's good.
125 games came out on Steam yesterday.
That sounds like full speed ahead, man.
Yep, choo-choo. Looks like today, we've got, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's head it. So, up first, we have Night City, 2177. Night City is an experience. You can move around the city of the future and use several types of visions to admire its beauty. Look around and admire the city of the future. Look at the flying around vehicles.
Oh, no.
Remember that you can change the type of view. Immerse yourself in an amazing atmospheric world of Cyber City. 4 type of view. Unique cyber music. Watch flying vehicles. This appears to be a horny game about watching future girls dance.
Whack.
A horny game?
Yep.
Is it in VR? Is there a palace level?
It does appear to have VR support.
Okay. What's the word on the palace level?
I see no indication of a palace level, so obviously, fuck these guys.
Yeah, not my cup of tea. It's not even a palace
level. If you
level?
come at me, you better come at me with a palace level. Next up is Colorvore. Taste the
V-O-R-E?
colors. Color, V-O-R-E.
Yeah.
Colorvore.
That's what I thought.
Chromie colors fade over time. If Chromie's color fade out, you lose. Collect color orbs that match Chromie's current color to keep from fading. Collecting orbs of the wrong color will accelerate Chromie's fading. Larger orbs have bigger impact on restoring or fading. Chromie's color will shift to random color after collecting an orb. Orb colliding into each other are destroyed. Pulsing orbs will fully reverse fading. Rainbow orbs allow Chromie to collect any color for 10 seconds. Static orbs are traps and will fade out Chromie completely even if powered up. Wow, this looks confusing. Run away from the black hole. It will consume everything.
Well, at least that's simple.
Run away from the black hole, do it!
So this looks to be like one of those IO games.
Yeah.
But just implemented as a single-player experience. And I thought the entire point of those games is like wanting to fuck up somebody. Next up is Puppet Show Porcelain Smile Collector's Edition. Can you stop a madman from using puppets to take over the island? I think this is a hidden object game. Are you a hidden object game? Yep, hidden object puzzle adventure. Look at pictures, find the hidden object. I don't know why I find the art style in most of these hidden object games to be fucking creepy, but I really do. Next up is Wrath of Thor. Wrath of Thor is an ARPG. There are massive monsters pouring into your territory. You will need to kill all monsters to complete every mission. $2.99. It doesn't just look like Thor. The Thor that you play in this game looks like legally actionable Thor.
Well, that's fun.
Yep. Next up is a game which has a title in Chinese.
Cool.
Let's play what is the title of this game, the game. All right, Google Translate. What is the title of this game? Answer, hero, cell biology.
Yay!
It appears to be something made with RPG Maker.
Okay.
It is 99 cents. Next up is Maze of Time for $1.59. Complete the labyrinth, find the portal. Sometimes I see screenshots of a game and I wonder, is this a goof? Like, is this game a joke about bad Steam games? And I feel like this might be one of those. Like, I don't even... Huh. Okay. Kill Jump Monster. Happy casual game, killing monsters with a mouse. How long can you hold on? Kill Jump Monster appears to be a static picture of a sky background with clouds, and then periodically a sprite, an unanimated sprite, will rise up on the screen, and then you click it. That is this game. Please guess the price of Kill Jump Monster.
87 cents.
It's a good guess, Rocky. It's in line with the usual trash that we look at, but it is not the case.
Oh, man.
It is, $10.
Tegan's Warmer.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Not
no,
like this.
$28.
Kill
Jump Monster is $20.
Fuck me.
No, Tegan, fuck them. $20 for Kill Jump Monster. These assholes.
And, like, I feel like I understand what they're doing, which is that if you don't watch the video, you wouldn't understand that all of these sprites are unanimated. You would just see what looks like some nice-looking sprite art, which I'm assuming they stole from somewhere. You would just see this, like, sprite art and be like, huh, you know, that looks like some nice art. You know, I'm a sucker for good sprites. You wouldn't know that they are completely unanimated. Like, wow. What? Good job, Kill Jump Monster. You should feel bad. Okay, what's this word? Ichi girls? ECCHI?
Etchy.
Etchy.
Etchy. Next game is Ecchi Girls.
That's a hentai game.
Welcome to the incredible world of Ecchi Girls.
Mm-hmm.
Immersed in the game, you can find your new wife and forget all of your external problems.
Yeah, that sounds safe and healthy.
It is a puzzle game, but unlike other games of this genre, there are many innovations. Well, that's a bold fucking statement. There is a unique system of movement of the camera. Special gallery with pictures. Each level is unique in its own way. Also in the game, there is a pleasant sound that will completely relax you.
That's ominous.
We know what they're fucking getting at.
Oh, man.
After completing the puzzle, you'll be able to see the picture in more detail. Again, we know what they're fucking talking about. Oh, all characters in this game are over 18 years old.
Okay. At least there's that. At least Steam isn't supporting pedophilia. Do you mind doing a graphics card check for me real quick?
Sure, yeah.
I want to see if we get a double whammy on this one.
No.
Okay.
This game about jacking off appears to be about just jacking off.
Nice.
And not mining cryptocurrency for someone else.
Thank you for keeping the sanctity of my jack off.
Jerk off.
I don't know.
Like,
whatever. That's like a you thing.
I'm just saying that, like, when I pound my bean sprout, I want to know that I'm not doing somebody else's bidding. Next up is Border Control.
Nope. No, I already don't like this game.
Defend America from murderous zombie hordes.
Oh my god.
Waves of unwashed orcs.
Wow.
And the military strength of enemy nations all bent on the destruction of the homeland.
Oh my god.
I'm big mad at this game.
You should be, bro!
So,
shit.
The description may say zombies.
Yeah?
But the art says...
Are they just brown people?
Okay. Here you go, guys.
Oh, shit.
No, I don't want to see it. I don't want to participate in this at all.
Oh,
I don't want to give it any kind of platform. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to talk about it.
I see the screenshot. Like, I'm not going to click into the link. I'm not giving them the link. But, like, they are actually just dead-ass wearing sombreros. And, like, are those ponchos? Yeah, those are ponchos. Yep. Yeah, so they're just, like...
Sleeping Mexicans in ponchos and sombreros in this game.
God. Alright.
And there are a bunch of people trying to hop a fence. You're shooting. Also in the game, it appears to be that your leader, the person that you're reporting to, is Donald Trump.
Sure.
Nope. No, I don't like it. I don't like this at all. Go away.
How much money are they asking for it?
Looks like it's launching later today, so the price isn't visible yet.
Okay. God, I hope they're stupid enough to price themselves out.
I want to see if this developer has published anything previously on... No, this is their first Steam game. All right. And then lastly, our last game today is Spiky Gamebox.
Sure.
Spiky Gamebox is a collection of 4 combined role-play games. Each one of them will lead you through its own story full of horror, drama, and comedy. And the 4 games inside of the Spiky Gamebox are Alex in the Basement of Fun, a novel. Feel yourself in the shoes of a young girl who was kidnapped by a guy who fell in love with her and imprisoned her in his mansion. Make an important choice on which your future life depends. Do not forget to listen to your heart, because everything is not always what you think. Is this a game about an incel kidnapping someone and then the girl deciding to fuck?
This is like the worst Beauty and the Beast fanfic.
Party night. You're at a party with a bad ending. Actually, this is a game guide about the dangers of being alone in unknown places, but see for yourself. Dungeon Abyss, an adventurer's resort. Be immersed in the life of our protagonist, who has been chosen to fight some unknown dark forces by raising from the depths of the earth. Their great desire is to conquer the Holy Land, the place where our heroine lives. Together with the people of the local town, go and discover what's happening with this great force, and find your own path for being powerful and destroy them. You will meet wonderful, unique, characteristic friends, Wonderful, unique, characteristic friends, everybody, that will accompany you in this adventure, explore the depth of the dungeons, and find the source of enormous malevolent power. Get rid of it so your people will live in peace. And lastly, magma drama. Yep.
What's a magma drama, my guy?
Come and enjoy the comedy, drama, and action of Magma Drama, an RPG game. Meet a man accompanied by his friend Maggie to investigate the mystery and secrets of an island where they and their people live. All is fun and games until the hero discovers a secret about a hidden volcano that is about to erupt, and only the hero and his friends can save the island and all the inhabitants, fight the monsters that used to live inside the volcano, and get the best gear to make them cry. Only you can stop this.
Oh, no.
You know what? That feels like a good lesson about Steam in general.
Only you can stop this.
Fucking A.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Mature content description. Depictions of mature language, alcohol abuse, sexual assault, non-consensual sex, violence, and suicide. Guys, I didn't want to have to do this, but video games are canceled.
No way. They don't get to take video games just because of their garbage. Fuck that. Video games are good, but they have problems. We're working on the problems. Let's be video games mightiest heroes, Brian. Let's go for it. It'll be great.
Okay. All right,
Can
video
we
games are
keep
uncanceled.
video games?
I would also, let's keep video games.
All right. So we're keeping video games. Video games are uncanceled.
There's a lesson here.
What have we learned today, kids? Today's lessons are: don't be a pedophile. Don't be a company that enables pedophiles. Don't be a company that disables other people in order to allegedly stop pedophiles.
Companies are not our friends.
This one Pakistani guy should be everybody's travel agent.
Nintendo's my friend, and I trust them still.
Tegan's out here standing for corporations.
I only stand for Nintendo!
For one corporation.
I stand Nintendo, that's it. Everyone else is garbage.
Don't fucking go through people's shit to get to the mural.
Don't do it!
Yeah, man, fuck.
Video games should unionize.
Get those extra steps in! Hatch them eggs! Walk the extra 15 feet!
Hatch
Fuck.
them eggs and unionize.
Hatch them eggs and unionize. Oh, shit.
And thank you, Reggie.
Thank you, Reggie. You're always
Yeah.
boys, man. Just a nerd like the rest of us.
Yeah. We will miss your giant, colossal pizza hands, and I'm sure that Tim is glad he's not...
Are you gonna go be in charge of pizza again? Wait, are you retiring, or are you just moving somewhere else?
I don't know. I don't think he's leaving Seattle.
Can I stand Reggie Fils-Aimé? Is that okay?
That's
Am I
cool.
allowed
I
to
think
do
you're allowed
that?
to stand
Reggie's
Reggie
boys.
Fils-Aimé.
Reggie's human, not a corporation. Can I stand Reggie Fils-Aimé?
You are allowed to stand Reggie Fils-Aimé. He is not a
I
corporation.
stand Reggie Fils-Aimé. I want that level of memeability.
And I guess Tim at Nintendo will breathe easy that he's not getting shoved out a window anymore.
He's still recovering.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Rocky,
Yeah.
tell the people the things.
Oh, for sure. So, guys, you may not have noticed, but this is a podcast. It's called Impossible Coin. It's ours. We're sharing it with you. If you want to help us out, make us a little bit better, please give us some feedback. Tell us if we're doing things right. Tell us if we're doing things wrong. If you could put that in the form of a review on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher, we will love you forever. In fact, if you put it on iTunes, Brian owes you a special gift, and it's just for you. If you want something a little less formal, you can talk to us on social media. Brian's usually on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, and Tegan's on Tumblr. There's music at the beginning and end of this podcast. You'll hear it in a little bit. It's produced by our friend Big Sach. He's a real cool dude. You can find his work on soundcloud.com/BigSachNJ, or you can find him on Twitter at Hillary_Swank. We still have a Discord. It's mostly for us, but we're trying to make it, user-friendly and whatnot. We'll tell you guys about it when it's put together. We're going to stream a little bit more, too. I think I'm going to be on for Apex on Sunday. So, look out for that. And I think that's it. Did I miss anything, Brian?
No, man, I think you got us.
Hey.
Cool. So once again, folks, thank you for hanging out, and we will see you next week. Peace.
Bye!
Later.